Hello, everyone. I'm here to do a collective dream message, and just a collective message. Okay. So if you are here, this might be for you. However, if it does not fit, do not force it. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. 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 All right. Let's get into it. All right. Right before I started recording, I noticed that there was a tiny little spider, a little black and white spider, in my tarot card, one of my drawers here. Okay, so I love that I noticed it right before I started the video as well. Okay, to me, especially the black and white, it really signifies the connection between spirit and earth. Okay, between the physical and the spiritual realms, the interconnectedness of our experiences and our relationship with spirit. Okay, so, but anyways, we're gonna get into the reading. I am back. Hello. I was going to have a message out yesterday for the 1111 portal, but I tried to put in the whole dream and explain the whole dream, and it just got to be very, very long, and I didn't have everything organized, so it got quite convoluted. There was some things that were lost in translation, so it was just a little more complicated for me, having been gone for a week. So I got everything a little more organized, and I am recording now. This is still a message from 1111, though. Okay, from the 1111 portal, so it will still be relevant to that day. Okay, so. I have been having a lot of dreams of the underground. I'm not going to explain the dreams because, like I said, it ended up being a very long video. But I have been having a lot of underground dreams, as well as, even as far as underworld dreams lately. Okay, so I feel as though my collective has been going through a very large deep dive. Okay, really getting down on in there. Okay, 222 on the timer. I feel as though if you are connected to my collective, if you resonate with my collective, we're always going to be aligned on a very similar timeline. Okay, so we're going to be going through things parallel to each other, or very close in physical time to each other. Very parallel situations, right? So I feel that my collective right now is going through quite a large transformation, quite an intense transformation that is being inspired and kind of pushed along. I don't even want to say pushed, because it's not pushed, but moved along by deep diving, by deep underground work. Okay, the underground, we all have underground, right? And this is the deep that deep internal stuff. This is the shadow work stuff. Okay, this is the deep. I want to put so much emphasis on deep, because the dreams that I've been having lately have literally been levels. Okay, I'll put a little bit of the dream in. I've had a couple dreams now where I in the past week, where I was going down levels, and I was going down further and further, and it would get darker and darker, and the lights were getting dimmer and dimmer, and the stuff was getting more intense, more heavy, down to the bottom floor, where it was just dirt. There was no floor. It was just a dirt pad, and there was darkness down there. It was heavy, intense darkness down there. The lights that were there were orange, and they were very, very dim, very dull. And there were creatures, there were beings down there. There was darkness. Okay, I feel that the collective isn't just doing underground deep diving. I feel like the collective is doing underworld deep diving here. Okay, so this isn't just this isn't just human shadow work. This is soul shadow work that my collective is going through at the moment. Okay, and it's very intense. Whenever I was down here in the underworld, with these beings. They were clearly not human. They were clearly not there were dark spirits. There were dark spirits, okay? There's work that's going on here that relates to soul fears, okay? I feel the collective is going deep down past the underground into the underworld. They're going into soul fears, and they are facing these fears head on, okay? So some very important symbols that have come up both in dream and in meditation recently for me have been, one, the underground or the underworld, the underrealm, what have you. Steel, rust, the bat spirit came up twice in both ways, and the color purple has been coming up as well. Okay, so with the bat spirit here, the bat spirit is really about getting in there and facing your fears. It's getting again deep in there into the subconscious and feeling into the darkness and all the I heard icky stickies, all the icky stickies that are crawling around in there, that are lurking in the crevices. Okay, it's about getting into those crevices and feeling into them so that you can pull them out and release them, release old habits, release old patterns, release old behaviors. Okay, there's a great focus right now on these. Excuse me. There's a great focus right now on moving through all of these very dark and intense energies within the core, okay? Getting everything moved out from the corners. It's like you're dusting all the nooks and crannies, right? But you're dusting, it's like you're dusting the darkness of your soul with the light, like light dusters. Those are like actually kind of a thing. Some of you are going to know what I'm talking about. They're like little wands. They have a little button on them, and they have little strings, and there's little lights in the strings, and when you click the button, it turns on, and they're little light strings. You know what I'm talking about? Woo, woo, woo. Those. You're like dusting with those, right? In the crevices of your soul. I love that. Okay, you're going through this, you're also going through this transformation to do with your intuition. Okay, I've been feeling a lot of third eye activation and crown chakra upgrades, okay? So you're either having activations or you are having upgrades to your psychic and intuitive gifts and abilities at the moment, okay? For the past week, I've been having a lot of third eye, and then as of a few days ago, I started having crown chakra as well. And yesterday, during the 11:11 portal, I'm recording on 11:12, but yesterday on the 11:11 portal, there was very intense energy, like all up in here. Woo, woo, woo. It almost felt like I was under the influence of some sort of like psychedelic. Like that's how intense it felt. And I know that some people also experience that same kind of thing but usually I only experience during like eclipses. I'll get some buzzing and maybe some headaches during full moons, but during eclipses is when I really get like that like psychedelic kind of I don't know, like movement in the upper chakras. But yesterday for the portal it happened, and it was very intense. It was a little bit disruptive. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit disruptive. But there was a lot of energy. I had to do a lot of grounding yesterday because of how intense it was. And so I feel as though the collective is going to be going through that as well. This 11:11 portal is bringing in, or has brought in, since I am going to be posting this on 11:13, it has brought in a lot of activations. I just heard DNA activations. Okay, it's like the collective is pulling in some sort of new light codes, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But you're having third eye upgrades. You're having intuitive and psychic gifts and abilities. They're being upgraded, and or you could also as well be getting new gifts and abilities. These extra sensories. Okay, your clairs. Maybe you're awakening new clair abilities. Maybe you weren't clairvoyant before, and you're becoming clairvoyant, or you weren't. Maybe you weren't able to smell. I always forget clairgustance, right? Clairalience. where you can smell certain things. You know, maybe you're getting new clairs, or you're getting new psychic levels, I guess. You're able to read or sense or picture thoughts greater than you were before, on a greater level than you were before. Okay, take it as it resonates for you personally. But this is what this bat energy, it's about these extrasensory things that are coming in, and as you're clearing out all of the old patterns, all of the old behaviors. I heard all of the old bullshit. Okay, you're really dusting with those light dusters, right? You're letting go so that you may transform. And through this transformation, it's bringing a renewal. And through this renewal, you're going to have this awakening or this upgrade of abilities or new abilities, okay? And on the other side of the bat, I have gotten this in meditation. When I was meditating on the, oh no, it wasn't the 1111 portal. It was the day before, I think. No, it was 11/9. November 9th, I was meditating. And it was a good long meditation as well. It was about an hour and a half, and it was towards the beginning of this meditation that I had like these really nasty like bat gremlin creatures. They were like a mix between a bat and a gremlin, and they were they were back here. They were trying to like they were trying to like get me, they were trying to suck up on my juices. That sounds fucking gross. But that's how, it felt fucking gross. But bats can be negative symbolism for energy vampires, okay? So I feel for every single person in my collective, you have at least one energy vampire in your field, okay? That is attempting to suck up off of you, okay? Whether they are consciously or unconsciously doing this, there is someone that is trying to suck up off of your energy. And I'm not sure that every single person in my collective is going to be aware of this happening, but you should definitely try to pay attention to this. Definitely, if you're not meditating daily already, it would be very important during this time to pick up daily meditation, okay? So that you can really tune into your awareness. There's in the collective, there's in the field, there's energy vampires. There's these weird bat creatures. I don't know what they are. I haven't tried to do research into what exactly the creature might have been. But I'm just gonna call them bat gremlins for now. And there's a need to really shield the self. Whenever this came in meditation, I had to put up the white light shield, and it definitely, it did what it needed to do very quickly. Okay, and it felt like I got a boost of this as well. Like I got a boost to my normal protective shield. So I feel as these upgrades are coming in, as you're channeling in these light codes, and getting these new activations, you are upgrading your ability to, or you're strengthening your ability to shield. And this is what is going to bring me into the steel symbolism. Okay, in my big underground dream, there was like this kind of warehouse of steel, lots of metals, steels, very heavy materials and sheets, and the men that worked there was 3 or 4 men that worked there, and they were all very big and muscular men, like very big men, because they had a very hard job to do, working in this steel. I just heard steel mill. What's a steel mill? Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Now. But there was a lot of heavy stuff, okay? In this dream, I guess I'll run down a little bit. I have to run down a little bit of it to make it make sense. In this dream, I had to go down levels. I had to go down certain levels. I went all the way down to the 4th level, where out one door there was a junkyard, out the other door there was a dirt road that I like intrinsically knew that it headed out to the mining fields, and I was like, no, that's not where I need to go. So I had mapped out that bottom that bottom level, I had to go back up too. What I needed was on the second level. There was a main level, and then there was 4 underneath of it. Okay, this was like a normal society level, and then under here was all of the underground work, okay? I had to go all the way down to the bottom. I mapped it all out, but I didn't need anything from the 4th or the 3rd. I had to go to the 2nd, and there was wires down there, okay? I was picking up these wires. Something needed rewiring, okay? And I was riding on a tricycle, this little metal tricycle, and whenever I got to the 2nd floor, I got to the man who had the wires. He was doing his job, and then he turned to me, and he knew I needed the wires, so he handed me the wires. And now these wires, they weren't super heavy. I was able to like carry them on my lap and still ride my tricycle. And the tricycle needed fuel. It needed fuel, and when the man put the fuel in the tricycle basket, this fuel was fine china, and it made me flinch. Okay. I'll get to that later. But yeah, I had to get these wires, riding this steel tricycle. I had to go back up to the 1st floor. Not the main floor, but one of the first of the 4 levels. I had to go back up, and I had to give the other man the wires. And then my job was done. And then once my job was done, I went back up to the society level. Okay. There had been 12 of us. There was that number came through very strongly, okay? The number 12 could be significant for some of you, whether that be a date or just the number, or, yeah, something significant about the number 12 for someone. Okay. But I had come back up. There was 12 of us that were sent out to do jobs. And when I came back up from this job, everyone had long since been done. Everyone had been done with their jobs for quite a long time before I had come back up from the underground. And everyone seemed to be, they were all relaxing, they were all chilling, they were all talking and enjoying themselves. And I spoke to someone about the job that I did. I was like, man, that was really hard work. I was, you could see I was wearing it. I looked gross when I had gone down. It was a lot of heavy work. I was sweating, and I was like, breathing hard and stuff like that. So when I came back up, I looked disheveled, and I was explaining to someone how hard the job was. I was like, it was a pretty tough job that I had to go through. It was some intense work, and it seems like I've been working for a long time while everybody else has been finished. And it was not in a way of complaining. I wasn't complaining about my job or anything like that. I just was, relaying to someone that the work that I had just done. And this person, they disregarded me. They completely disregarded it, and they even rolled their eyes at some point about it, as though they thought that I was like, as though I was complaining, or as though I was bragging about hard work or something like that. I'm not exactly sure why they were rolling their eyes there, but I was kind of thrown off a little bit by it. But I brushed it all off, too. In this dream, it's like I was just trying to speak to someone about what I'd just done, and I was like, okay, and I just kept going. But that, when I woke up, I was like, that came through as a message as well. So this brings me to that steel, the steel symbolism. The steel is about personal power, okay? It's about internal strength. And in this dream, like I said, it was a steel, could be a steel mill. I gotta look that up, see what a steel mill is. That's gonna be really interesting if I look that up and that's like what the dream was. Because I don't know what the fuck a steel mill is. I'm guessing it's like a grain mill. The grain mill, would it be like a mill but for steel? Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know. Anyways, so this steel, it's like you have layers and levels of this internal strength and this resilience, okay? Steel is about grit. It's about perseverance. It's about, that personal empowerment, okay? It gives you integrity, this resilience and this grit within. It gives you integrity with your decision making and working towards your goals, your ambitions, okay? Steel as well protects from aggression. It protects from aggression on the outside, or from the outside, from outside forces trying to get in, and from the inside as well. Aggression and negativity. It's a good block from that. The 3 or 4 men that worked in this steel warehouse, I'm going to say steel mill, that worked in this steel mill, they were very, despite the fact that they were doing very heavy jobs, I remember in the dream, I remember being like, I hope these guys get paid well, because the job they were doing was very intense, and they came to work, they came to do this every single day, and despite the fact that they had very grueling jobs, that they had very hard, heavy, and dangerous jobs, like there was a point where the man was lifting up this heavy, like, garage door, and I thought I was gonna get hurt. Like this ginormous man was struggling with this door, and I thought I was gonna get hurt. And I was like, no. He does this every single day. Despite the fact that they have to do these grueling jobs every single day, all of these big men were still very kind, very helpful, and very gentle. So it's like, despite the fact that you have had to create some sort of grit and some sort of gruffness, it's like you're still keeping your kindness. You're still keeping your gentleness. It's like, it's firm, but it's gentle. It's smooth, okay? And that taps in a little bit to the purple energy as well. I'm getting left ear ringing. You've really, the spirit wants me to tap in more to the fact that you have had to build a lot of resilience to life's elements, okay? You've had to build up a lot of, birth for confirmation, you've had to persevere through a lot of intense and heavy things, okay? Things that you've really had to reinforce yourself throughout. And despite the fact that you have had to go through grueling situations, you have kept your heart upright. You have kept your heart in a position of gentleness and of kindness, and you are still there to help others, despite what you have been through. Okay? And Spirit wants to affirm that they recognize that work that you do, and that they are very proud of you for that work that you do. Okay? You have a lot of integrity, but there is a little bit of a need to relax. Okay? There's a need to be less on guard to things. Okay? You've been through a lot. Those men were very big, and they were very big for a reason. They've had to do a lot of hard work. You've had to do a lot of heavy lifting, okay? This deep diving. And you're doing this deep diving right now, but it's in a different way that you have in the past. In the past, you had to deep dive to build things and to reinforce things and make things and do the upkeep. But Spirit right now is saying that the collective is going into the underground and into the underworld, so that they may bring things up and out. Okay? This is soul, I just hold soul gratifying work. Okay? This is, you're going through and soothing this, I'm getting this beautiful, like, water trickle, but it's a purple water trickle. This purple water trickle. Violet flame might be relevant to some of you, okay? Take that only if it resonates, okay? You're doing a lot of deep soul work, okay? There's some sort of, like, past life work that's going on here. You're having to face fears. When I was at the very bottom level of this underworld, okay, where I was with the beings that were clearly not human, they were clearly negative spirits, okay? There was fear down my spine, and I felt it in the dream, and when I woke up, there was fear tingling up and down my spine, and it was truly scary. There's scary work. You're having to face things that your soul is truly scared of, okay? And this has to do with past lives. There's some sort of past life fears, past life traumas that have carried into this lifetime that you are currently working through and processing, okay? And this is going to, this now brings me into the rust symbolism. When I was down there in the underworld, okay, there was the underground and then there was 3 underworld. There was 4 underground, 3 underworld, okay? When I was in the underworld, all of these levels were rusted, and the lower I got, the more rusted and corroded they were. Okay, and rust is symbolism of things that are old and that are decaying, but things that are dull and mechanical. Okay, things that are draining or breaking you down inside. Okay, and this is your soul. This is your soul. You've done a lot of spirit work. You've done a lot of human, healing. You've done a lot of human soothing. You've done a lot of this surface, right? This surface and this underground, that childhood work. Okay, you've done a lot of this healing there, but now you're going down into the identity of your soul. It's like there's core poles, beams, steel beams. Okay, there's core beams that you are tending to or that are needing tending. Okay, collective. This message that I'm putting out here is to tap into the collective and where the collective is at. Doing this deep soul work, this deep underground and underworld work, these third eye upgrades that are going on because of this deep underground and underworld work. But it's also to urge the collective to continue moving in the direction of that deep diving. Okay, I feel as though there is something within the collective that's like tickling. Okay, inside the consciousness, there's like a pricking. There's a pricking feeling. Prickly, and it's like the hair on the back of your neck standing up, that fear that I was getting down my spine. There's something tugging, right? There's something tugging at the collective. And it feels like it's something past life. It's something soul. And I don't think that you know quite what this is. Okay? And this is why you are being asked, you are being guided, you are being urged by spirit to go deeper. To go deeper. Okay? In the dream, when I had come back up, everybody else had been done with their work. Okay? They were done with their work. They were sitting and they were relaxing. They were enjoying themselves after their work. And I had just come up after lots of grueling work and levels of work. There's still levels that need to be dived into, okay? And your work might be looking different than other people's work right now, and that's okay. Okay, you're on a different timeline. Maybe they're going to be doing that work at a different period in their life, or maybe they're not meant to do that kind of deep soul work. It doesn't, you don't need to compare yourself to the work that other people are doing. And if there is anyone that is like downplaying or disregarding or even degrading, I heard for some of you, your the hard work that you are doing, okay, there's a need to separate yourself from these people or to put some distance between you and whoever these people might be or person, okay? That's not for all of you. Take it only if it resonates, okay? But okay, you there's a need to keep going. One second, my light's starting to go out a little bit. I'm gonna go get my charger and plug it in. Okay, and I didn't even notice that my dryer was going, so sorry if that was distracting at all. But anyways, there's this deep work that's needing to be done so that you can awaken further to your gifts, okay? You have a path right now. It's like you are coming into greater psychic and intuitive abilities, but you have to continue to do your work and you have to continue to go deeper and deeper if you want to continue to walk along this path or move forward on this path, okay? And so there's something that you're needing to figure out right now. This freaking sensation that's going on in your conscience, you're needing to really go deeper and deeper to figure out what this is. What is corroding? Okay, there's something within your soul not just in your spirit, okay? There's something within your soul here that that has had some sort of neglect, okay, over lifetimes, and there's a need to cleanse this space and to bring light to it, okay, to face these fears, and the bat spirit is here to help you with that, okay. Call upon the bat spirit, especially if you are meditating. Call upon the bat spirit to help you in illuminating these darker crevices, okay? Call upon the bat spirit to help you focus and use your extrasensory abilities to feel through this this phase, okay? You're going through a diving and mining phase, and it can get very intense, okay? And for those of you that have been through lots of shadow, like the human shadow work, or for those of you that have been through dark night of the soul or multiple dark nights of the soul, it's tapping into this work, okay? If you're doing this underworld work, you've definitely done underground, you've definitely done shadow work, you've definitely done childhood shadow work, okay? So you're going to need to tap into that kind of energy, that kind of work, and you're going to need to bring it into your soul, okay? And everyone's going to do that in different ways. This is why I'm suggesting meditation for everyone, okay? Because the suggestion of meditation is very important because everyone can meditate in different ways. Everyone does meditate in different ways, but there's a need to really tap into this so that you can connect with your own spirit, so that you can connect with your own soul, okay? So you can bring in these light codes into your being, into your soul, because your soul is what is needing this cleansing and this light. Work with the bat spirit and work in meditation to help bring in these light codes. You're rewiring, okay? In the dream, I had brought wires. I had brought these wires, and I ended up bringing them to where I needed them to go. You are rewiring something. You're taking it as well. You're taking it from your soul. You're pulling it up from your soul, and you are integrating it into your underground, into your this physical experience, this timeline, this lifetime. Okay, you're rewiring something, and you're pulling it from a past life. You're pulling it from alchemization of past life fears. This is really big. This is really intense work that's going on, and this is why you are being gifted with extra or with new or upgraded abilities and psychic and intuitive gifts, okay? Because you're going to need these extra activations or these upgrades in your extrasensory abilities to really maneuver through these shifts and this rewiring, and also to understand these new light codes that are being activated into your vessel, okay, and into your soul at the moment. We have the color purple, and the color purple is the intuitive and psychic abilities, right? It's all about the third eye chakra, the purple, okay? I hadn't even correlated this shirt with this message here, so it's cool that I'm wearing purple today. This purple, I've been channeling the color purple and the word purple as well. There's a need to really tap into your abilities right now while you're using, and I think that's how you're going to bring the human shadow work, the underground work, into the soul, into the underworld work, is by using your intuitive abilities with your shadow work, okay? And it's like shadow working your intuitive and psychic abilities, and that's going to feel very intense. There could be some fear there. Like in the dream, I had that fear tingling up and down my spine. There could be some fear there, but it seems that, you have a lot with the steel. You have a lot of grit. You have a lot of resilience. You have a lot of internal strength to be able to face these fears head on. And you are doing it. And you are and you're bringing things up from the underworld and rewiring things, okay? You are really activating. There's something to do with like ancestral pattern, or something to do with working with the ancestors, okay? And that's been coming through for quite a while. By quite a while, I mean a couple weeks. I've had so much happen in the past couple weeks. It's been very do like lots of downloads of new light codes and such. It's been a very interesting new journey, should I say. But there's some sort of ancestor work that's going on within the collective right now, very heavily. And if you're not working with your ancestors, you definitely should be. Okay, they're reaching out to you. And they're just waiting for you to reach out back. And for those of you that are working with your ancestors, okay, it feels as though it's there's a lot of teamwork. It's almost like you and your ancestors are kind of like in like almost like almost like a science lab. I'm seeing like the goggles on. You got the goggles on, you got the lab coats, and you're getting down, I heard, to the brass tacks. With steel tacks, I guess, right? You're getting down to the nitty gritty is what I just heard. The icky stickies I heard earlier. The icky stickies, the nitty gritty, the crevices, the nooks and crannies, right? You're dusting them with the light dusters. I want one of those, man. Now I wish I had one. I wish I had two of them so I could do. They feel so fun. But anyways, your ancestors are helping you go through this reflection process, this soul reflection process. You're unifying with spirit. You're unifying mostly with your ancestors, but you're unifying with spirit. The bat spirit came in. There are spirits that are coming in to help you. Yes, you got those energy vampires that are trying to, suck up on your blood, suck up on your juices, suck up on your divine energy, but you have your ancestors here to help protect you in that, as well as your own strength, your own grit is helping you build. As I was doing that meditation, that white shield, it like got an upgrade, it like strengthened it. That's like I saw it like, there's this internal strength that you have is really shining through right now, and it's helping protect you from all of this. Okay, so while you are protected from whatever aggression and negativity is going on outside of your field, or whatever aggression and negativity is getting into your field, but you're protected from it. Okay, it's like it's there, but it's like they're sucking up off of a steel plate. They're not getting anything, right? But they're attempting to. But while you are protected, while you have up this shield, okay, you're needing to figure out where the rust is coming from. The underground, you're good, okay? You got the underground, you got that upkeep, you got that human upkeep. But that underworld, that soul, you need to figure out what's corroding there. There's some sort of soul innocence or purity, that fine china. Okay, there's some sort of soul innocence or purity, some sort of soul beauty or bliss, okay, general bliss that's being used to fuel this human upkeep, okay? Your soul is needing you to pay some more attention, okay? You have the human upkeep, okay? When I went down and when I was in those 4 levels, none of that stuff was rusting, okay? We had the junkyard, we had the mine out off the 4th level, everything, and there was a dude on each level taking care of business, okay? You have, and my left ear is ringing, you have this human, this physical, you have this set, okay? But you have become so wrapped up mundanely in the routine of the human upkeep, okay, that your soul is like, it's lacking a little bit. You don't need to worry. What I'm trying to say here, I feel like I'm repeating myself. What I'm trying to say here is that you don't need to be focusing so much on all of this like human upkeep, this human routine. What is this square? The 4 corners. What is that representing, spirit? I just heard tank. Step outside of your box. You're being guided to step outside and to use new things. And I'm getting this in the form of meditation as well. I'm picking that up with the color purple. Okay, you're needing to use your wisdom and your experience to step outside of the box, or jump outside of the tank. Okay, to try new things. birth for confirmation, your soul is needing something new. Okay? And this is why meditation is very important right now, because as you integrate these new light codes and you're having these upgrades, these activations, this is going to allow you to have more energy to use towards new things. And this is new spiritual stuff, okay? This is using those new abilities in new ways, or the old abilities in new ways, and really tapping into those new abilities, okay? Spirit is wanting you to, your soul here is wanting you to dive into the newness. Okay, to really take that on. That's why the bat spirit is here, to help you transform, to help you transition through this phase of letting go and releasing very fully. Okay, you're protected from the shit that's going on, that's trying to get to you from the outside. You're protected from this right now. Okay, and you're set up internally that you can deal with all of that. So while all of that is going on outside of you, and you're protected, and you got this all, stable and secure, go into the soul. Okay? Meditation, again. Meditation is very important right now. Okay? There's a need to take some sort of inspired action in the area of the soul. Okay? You're going to be having desires reinvigorated. I feel as though some of you could really be coming into some sort of passions from when you were a child, or from younger years in your life. Like you're coming into something, you're reinvigorating old dreams, or you are reawakening to old gifts. Okay, that's another thing that could be happening. Not just new or upgraded. You could be reawakening gifts that you once had, but throughout the wearing, the tearing, the elements of life that rusted your beams, okay, your soul beams, you're going to be getting those gifts back. Okay, you're reconnecting with an old part of yourself, and it's very lovely energy. It's like you doing this deep internal work, and this releasing is allowing you to feed yourself, and what you are feeding is giving back to you by reawakening you and by reinforcing. Okay, you're bringing reinforcements to those rusted beams in the soul. Okay, and I keep going to the solar plexus, a lot about identity and about creation. Okay, about life force. It's about bringing yourself back to life. It's bringing that light back to your eyes, that soul essence, okay? And it's about protruding this forward. It's about letting this out and not keeping it so closed, okay? I feel as though you may have, corrosion, rust happens from moisture, right? And moisture, that relates to water. Water relates to emotion. For a long time, okay, with this steel, you may have used to keep yourself protected by keeping emotions inside and keeping everything, everything trickling in there. And this caused rust to your soul. It caused your human experience. You built a lot of strength, a lot of resilience. You're seen as very perseverant by spirit, and that is beautiful. But your soul has had a little bit of neglect in that. Your soul is deeper than emotion. So when you're holding emotions within, in order to, for control, for self-control, for self-discipline, we all need emotions. We all need the negative and the positive. It seems that you very much have that stuff under control. But if there's anything that you're holding in, there's a need to really let that out. Okay, you need to air some shit out. You could need to speak to someone. For some of you, going to a therapist could be very beneficial for you right now. Okay. I feel as though you need to really talk things out. That's the airing things out. That or journaling would be very beneficial. Okay, the pen is an air element as well. Pencil, an air element. Okay. As well as an earth element, using a pencil, that grounding and that writing. I would suggest pencil writing. I've never had that message before. Okay, pencil journaling. Okay? Uh, but there's a need to really air some stuff out and to really get precise. Okay, that prickling that you're having in the back, the way to get to that is by being very precise. You're needing to ask yourself questions and then answer those questions and then ask questions to those answered questions and keep going. Okay, keep going. Automatic writing would be very beneficial. That's a good way to tap into your higher self, to tap into your soul, is by automatic writing, okay? And tapping into your spirit team as well. So I do suggest automatic writing. Automatic pencil writing and pencil journaling would be very beneficial for the collective right now. That's a really cool message. That's a really cool message. Okay. There's a need to ask yourself if you're sacrificing anything still. Are you sacrificing anything? In this dream that I had, one of those dreams, I had come back up and I had told this other woman about the work that I had done, because I mean, I'd just been down there. It felt like it wasn't even the same day. It felt like I'd been down there for a long ass time doing this work. When I came back up, she disregarded me. She rolled her eyes. She waved me off, you know. It was almost disrespectful when I, you know, in waking life, when I look at it, I'm like, that's kind of fucking rude. But in the dream, you know, I brushed it off. Okay. So this brought me to the question for the collective and for myself. Are you sacrificing still? Are you sacrificing any part of yourself? Because, anything that is aligned with your soul, anything that is aligned with your highest good, with your true nature, with your true authenticity, is not going to ask of you or call you to sacrifice any fucking part of yourself, any part of your authenticity, any part of your true nature. Okay, you're not going to have to mask those different things. So if there is anything that you feel you have to mask around, or you feel you have to dull something down, or you feel you have to cage yourself off from, these are things that need to be released. Okay, this isn't going to be for everyone. Okay, I know that some of you have, you know, you're doing very, very well at not doing this self-sacrificing, but for some of you, okay, there's a warning, okay, as you continue to move forward, to not self-sacrifice in any way, shape, or form. Be very mindful of that in your day-to-day life, okay? I am mindful. That's what I heard someone say that. Okay, but if you feel the need to be defensive over that, be mindful of that, okay? Because then you feel as though, if you feel you have to defend that, then it shows that you don't trust yourself, okay? You need to really trust in yourself. You need to really trust in the work that you are doing, okay? Because the more that you trust in yourself and the work that you're doing, the more that you're going to be able to tap in. The more that you tap in, the more that you're going to get these new abilities, or you're going to get these upgrades in your gifts, okay? So there's a need to really stay mindful and to face those fears. Continue to dive deeper yet, deeper still. Okay, collective, deeper and deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay, and then I also had, for 1111, I wanted to go through some of the numerology, right? So this portal really started on November 11th, okay, 111. And has gone to the 1111, right? So number 1 is all about unity. It's about divine consciousness. It's about the connection with oneness, or allness, with godness, okay? It's that divinity within you. It's that, it's the spiritual awakening number, that number 1, okay? It's the tapping in or connecting to spirit and connecting to the higher self, number 1. Okay, it's about new beginnings. Everyone, I feel like everyone correlates the number 1 with new beginnings. It's about prosperity, okay? And about I just heard substantiation. Substantiation. It's like, after, it's like something that has manifested, the number one, okay? And it's especially about self-love and individuality, okay? And the November 1st, that was the number 3, 111, number 3, okay? And number 3 is all about the Holy Trinity, the mind, body, spirit, the earth, the sun, the moon, strength, wisdom, beauty, birth, life, creation, or death, life, and rebirth. Okay, I could keep going with these different things here, but it's about the harmonization of 3. It's about co-creation. It's about creation in general. So, what the 111 portal, or the date, the November 1st, what that was the beginning of spirit trying to really work with you on something, okay? The 1111 is for grounding something into the physical. So on the 1st is when spirit came in, you unified with spirit, and you began to really communicate with them about something, okay? Number 3 is also about communication. It's a Mercury number. It's about harmonizing communication with spirit and with the spirit within, the divinity within, right? That was the first day that you started to really communicate how you were going to ground something into the physical with spirit, okay? And then 1111, this is the number 4, 1111. Okay, this is about stability. It's about security. It's about grounding and physicality. It's about material manifestation as well, and material creation. It's about using organization and practicality in order to build something. So between 111 and 1111, you were building this blueprint, basically, with spirit, in the spirit, okay? Through this deep underworld work, you're building this blueprint of manifestation, basically, how you are going to co-create a manifestation with spirit, how you are going to bring this in. That vision I got of you with your ancestors having the goggles on, the lab coats, getting down to the brass tacks, okay? Rewiring things, building things, okay? 1111 was the portal for the recipe of success, okay? You now have the recipe of success. You should. And whether you are conscious of this or not, some of you are going to be conscious. Those of you that do daily meditations and that are in alignment with your spirit, you're going to have this recipe for success. You're going to know what I'm talking about. It's going to be different for every one of you, but you're going to know what I'm talking about for you specifically. Okay? You have the recipe for success, or at least you have the very first step towards that recipe for success. Okay? Or that first project on the blueprint of this new success that you've taken on with spirit, okay? There's action that's going on here, inspired action. You might want to check into your Mars placements and see what's going on there right now, okay? Because that could be relevant to you at the moment. Okay, right now you're opening up and you're preparing. You're preparing for a new journey. You're preparing for something big and beautiful. Something in which you have not seen the likes of before. And maybe possibly for some of you, something that this world hasn't seen the likes of before. Okay? You're really grounding something into the physical. You're starting to manifest something. It's starting to grow physically. I feel as though this collective has really let go of lack mindset, has really stepped into abundance mindset, and has really stepped into abundance mindset and abundance of creation, okay? You are opening up new possibilities, and this is why light codes and new DNA activations are going on at the moment. It's because you have implemented a change within your mindset from lack to abundance, okay? And this is bringing abundance into your physical reality. Okay, you have the recipe for success. You've accepted my collective here, you've accepted that money is not evil. It's how you use it that can be evil. Okay, it's creating a healthy relationship with money, even if you came from an unhealthy relationship with money, right? Again, this human realm, you have that strength, you have that grit, that resilience, that steel built up. You have men on all these levels, these really strong men taking care of business and getting paid for it, okay? You've built up a security in your physical, your material reality. You don't have that lack mindset where you feel you have to overwork yourself or tire yourself for material for material payment. We get spiritual payment, we get material payment. Okay, and both are very important in their own right. Okay, I'm gonna cleanse this deck so I can pull a couple cards for my collective here. Whoop. Dignity. Okay, we have the dignity card. This is about respect. Spirit wants you to know that they have a high level of respect for the work that you have done. Okay, there's an urge from Spirit for you to be proud of yourself, to be proud of the work that you have done, and to really understand why it is that you do the work that you do, why it is that you do the underground, and why it is that you visit the underworld, which is, again, scary. Okay, it's very scary to do this kind of this soul shifting and this soul reinforcement, okay? This alchemizing of past life bullshit, okay? It's respectful work, okay? And Spirit wants you to know that they recognize that. They recognize the work that you do. They're proud of that work that you do, okay? What else, Spirit, for the collective? What else for the collective? Whoop. Tools, okay? We have tools. Tools, past, okay? All the things that you have learned. Again, okay, you've done a lot of that, childhood work, that childhood shadow work. You've had at least one dark night of the soul. You have learned a lot of how to do very deep work. Now you have to take it to another level. You have to take it into the soul. You don't have to, right? But if you align with my collective, that's your path. This is part of your path, okay? Is using these tools that you have not created or manifested. Those aren't the words I'm looking for. That you have cultivated. These tools that you have cultivated in the physical reality, okay? With your vessel, through your human experience and your human life. There's a need to use these tools to now do this kind of work on a soul level. This is why you are bringing in light codes and new DNA activations. You're stepping into a new blueprint. You're stepping into a new level of, it's like a new journey. You've completed a certain mission here on Earth. There is a mission that you have closed out. You closed out a cycle. Not only closed out a cycle, you have completed a mission that you were sent here to complete. Okay, and now you have been working between 111 and 1111. Okay, November 1st and November 11th, spiritually, astrally, ethereally, you have been working with Spirit to create a new blueprint. Okay, and now as of 1111, you should have, or you will in the next couple days here, understand what your recipe for success is. Okay, you're moving in this modality. It's inspired action. Okay, it's that Mars energy. It's that personal power. Okay, it's the renewed desire and passion and going after things. Some of you could be right now urged to or guided towards new workouts or new workout routines, possibly. Okay, that's not going to be for everyone, but for some of you, working out isn't for every single person. Not every single person works out, and that's perfectly okay. But for some of you, you are being guided towards working out or towards new workouts or new routines that are more aligned with these new light codes that you have integrated, okay? Or that you are integrating. You're in the process of integrating. Spirit, what other messages do we have for the collective? What other messages do we have for the collective, Spirit? Yeah, you're needing to use these tools to... Uncharted, yeah. Okay? Yes, it's fear. Yes, there's fear here, okay? Yes, there's fear here. Uncharted. This is work that you haven't quite done before, okay? But it's similar. It's very similar. You have the tools for this kind of work. All of the shit that you have been through in your human life, all of those elements that have rusted your soul a little bit, okay? All of that was for you to step into this new blueprint. All of that was preparation for this uncharted territory that you are stepping into, okay? Tilling the land, cultivating. You cultivated these tools, and now you are cultivating the land for the seeds of this new blueprint. Okay? Beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is new earth frequency. Okay, these light codes that are coming in, this is new earth frequency that you're bringing in. My collective, I feel as though is going to be part of the leaders of the new earth. Okay, you're going to have a significant role in, okay, whether this be in the physical or in the astral. Hierophant in the moon, yeah. A spiritual leader. This is a spiritual leader leading people through the subconscious. Okay? So again, this doesn't have to be physical, but you're definitely doing this deep underworld work that you are doing. It's this soul shadow work. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. The light dusters. I'm going to get light dusters. I can't not have light dusters now. But this work that you're doing is really helping the collective worldwide upgrade, okay? It's really bringing light in. You're going to be some sort of spiritual leader or spiritual teacher. And for a lot of you, this isn't going to be like a really big position, but energetically, the work that you are doing spiritually, the work that you are doing behind the scenes, subconsciously or unconsciously, or the work that you are helping others do with their subconscious is going to be very, I heard, pivotal. Okay. What else, Spirit? What else do we have for my collective? What else do we have? Working with this deck is so cool. Creating your own deck. Abundance. What was I talking about earlier with the abundance mindset? You've let go, you've released that lack mindset, and you're really cultivating this abundance, or not even cultivating, you have stepped into this abundance mindset. Okay, this is why you've stepped into uncharted territories. I feel as though a lot of you from this collective have come from a place of poverty, or have come from like maybe your home life was very it could have been very rough, or you could have grown from poverty, right? But you have, despite that, whether you have come out of poverty, or even if you're still in poverty for some of you, I'm hearing, okay, you've still Viper, ooh, those gremlin bats, ooh. Heat sensing. Chef, they want to eat your light. They want to suck your blood. My cheeks are all red. Heat sensing. Okay, anytime, oh my gosh. It's like anytime that you are feeling warm, anytime that you are really activating warmth, these light codes, is when these energy vampires are going to be trying to get into your energy and suck up off of you. Okay, these parasites, they don't want you to have this abundance mindset. Parasites and these energy vampires and these vipers, these venomous beings, they're going to want to inject fear into your system. But you're in uncharted territory. You're in abundant uncharted territory here, okay? You have the tools to deal with whatever, the nasties, the ickies, the icky stickies that are out there. Okay, you have the ability to deal with these beings. Okay? Continue moving in that abundance mindset. Don't let these energy vampires get into you. Get into your field. Mute and deaf. Don't listen to them spiritually, okay? This is why meditation is extremely important. Deaf and mute and spiritual, okay? There's a need to quiet the mind so that you really understand what thoughts are yours and what, bird for confirmation, what thoughts are yours and what are projections from these energy vampires or these vipers or these gremlin bats, okay? There's a need to really have an awareness, okay? That mindfulness is very important right now, spiritually. Okay, so that you can hear messages from your own spirit and so that you can tune out all of the projections. Okay, and these aren't always going to be conscious. These aren't even always going to be from people in your life. There is going to be people, if you're part of my collective, there are going to be people in your life or people in your energetic field, people that you have known that are going to try to project these kinds of fears, and they might not even be doing it consciously. But as well, there's going to be beings out there. There are beings that aren't even human, okay? Like those fucking gremlin bats. That are going to be trying to infiltrate your shield, that are going to try to be sucking off of your energy and injecting that venom, injecting that fear. You need to meditate and be mindful, come into harmony with your spirit, okay? Really quiet the mind consistently every single day so that you understand what is yours and what is not, okay? All right, any last messages? Whoop. Prayer is very important right now. Okay. Yeah, prayer. Misled, don't follow, okay? Again, meditation. There's a need to really connect with spirit, your most high, okay? Whoever your most high is. Don't even listen to me here. Your most high, please. Okay, connect to your ancestors. As I had said earlier, there's a need to connect with the ancestors because they're really working with you. For those of you, I mean, I know a lot of you are, but for those of you that aren't, they're reaching out to you and they really want to work with you, okay? You really need to tune in and listen to your ancestors because they are going to lead you. Do not be misled by those outside of you. Okay, do not be misled by the icky stickies, by the gremlin bats, by the energy vampires, okay? You need to set boundaries with these things, these people, these places, these habits, these patterns. Call upon the bat spirit to help you cleanse all of this out, okay? You really need to cleanse it and shine light upon it because these especially these entities, they don't like the light, right? You shine the light upon them and they go, ee. They're like, I'm melting, or they're like, ee. They shrivel up. Energy vampires, right? You need to shine light in these corners, and prayer is really going to help that. That divine, okay, that divine consciousness, that number one, okay? Your individual spirit team. You need to work with your individual spirit and your individual spirit team, okay? Your God, Christ consciousness. This is the all. This is oneness. This is the divine, the connection, okay? Whatever God is to you, your most high. This is what you need to tap into. This is what you need to pray to. This is what you need to meditate with and listen to the guidance of. Do not take the guidance of anything that's outside of your most high or yourself. Do not take the guidance of, especially of other, I'm getting this is like highlighted, especially of other, like physical, material, reality beings and teachers, okay? There's a need to be led by your most high and by yourself, okay? Hurricane, You need to go into the eye of the hurricane. Yes, there's a lot. Like I had said, you have this white shield of light around you. Okay, continue to shield yourself. Continue to do your own protection work. But you need to be within the eye of the storm. Yes, there's a lot of bullshit that's going on with outside of you. Aggressions and tensions and negativities that are going on outside. But you need not be affected by these things. You're in the eye of the hurricane. Okay, this is the calmest part. The color purple is very soothing. It's a very tranquil color. It's very soothing to the third eye. Okay, meditate upon the color purple, indigo. Okay, really use the color purple to empower yourself. Some of you could need to eat some purple foods or incorporate purple into your closet. Okay, that would be beneficial for some of you. Or if you are an artist, okay, this is for someone specific out there. If you are an artist, whoever you are that's getting this message here, use some purple in your works, okay? One second. Use some purple. I made this painting on 11/9, I believe. Don't fret, dear. It's only cold. It's only cold. Don't fret, okay? You have all of this inner strength. You have all of this warmth, okay? There's no need to fret the outside. There's no need to indulge in any sort of these anxieties and these frivolities, okay? Okay, this outside mess. You have a soft glow within. Keep focusing on that. Bring purple into your art, okay? I love abstract work so fucking much. I'm not good at, like, drawing things and, like, free-handed, but I love abstract work. Okay, so for whoever my artist is. Also, if you are an artist, and if you have any sort of platform, please comment it so that I can follow. I love finding new artists, okay? I love art. So, yeah, you know, I think I've brought through all of the messages here. I think I'm going to end the message here. Long ass video, but we are getting a Gaia Oracle card because she's calling to me. So, Gaia, what would you like to provide the collective today? Close out this message. Oh, beautiful. I love this card so much. I was just talking about this card a couple days ago to someone. A hidden gift. Okay. Sadness, an ending, a new beginning. And under that, moonlight goddess, repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. Is that not what I just talked about for the last hour? That's exactly what I just talked about. Okay, number 9. Number 9. The angel featured on this card reflects the sadness that you feel at present or may experience sometime in the coming weeks. Something you cherish has or may come to an end soon. It is human nature to fear change and be saddened when something we love or are emotionally attached to ends. However, this card has a positive side and reminds you that every ending heralds a new beginning. This is simply a law of nature. Nothing is ever truly lost. Things simply transform. New beginnings are in store for you, brighter and lighter than ever. There is a hidden gift attached to this event. When the timing is right, you will receive a precious gift, either in the turn of events that turns out to be, either in the form of positive news, a new revelation, or an unexpected turn of events that turns out to be in your favor. Whatever it turns out to be, it will, without a doubt, warm your heart and fill you with joy. In the meantime, be aware of the love that already surrounds you. Allow it into your heart and trust. The universe is guiding events to unfold in a way that is for your highest good. Okay, so that's where we are ending it off today. I hope that this message found everyone that it was meant for, and I hope it found you in a very receptive state. Thank you for being here. If you watched all the way up until this point, I am greatly appreciative for you allowing me to tap into your energy and for staying this long with me. Do not be afraid to like, to leave a comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more messages from me. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.